Hello. In Business Studies IGCSE, break-even charts seem to cause lots of problems, so I thought we could look at that here. At the start of the video you saw a question, a typical question, where we have a restaurant that has fixed costs of $8,500 every week. It sells 600 meals every week. Each meal is sold for $24, and there are variable costs, meaning the cost of making each meal, of $8 per meal. It's a good idea to put that information down on a table like this. This is going to help you draw the break-even chart. So let's do that first. We know that when the restaurant sells 0 meals, they still have to pay their fixed costs of $8,500. They have variable costs, which are $8 per meal, of 0, because they're not making any meals. And the total costs are therefore fixed costs plus variable costs, still $8,500. Revenue, which is the money coming into the restaurant, is $20 per meal when they sell a meal, but if they're making no meals, the revenue is 0. We're told that they sell 600 meals in a typical week. Fixed costs will be still $8,500. Variable costs will be 600 meals at $8 per meal. That's $4,800. The total costs are these two added together, $13,300, and the total revenue will be $24 per meal times 600, which is $14,400. To draw a break-even chart, we only have to draw 2 straight lines. These will be straight lines, the revenue and the total cost curves. Let's draw the revenue curve first. We know when they make 0 output, there is 0 revenue. So here, on our axes, which you will have to draw on graph paper, which will be provided for you in the exam, we can plot that point here, because on the horizontal axis we have the number of meals being sold, so 0 meals, and on the vertical axis we have costs and revenues in dollars, and that is $0 of revenue. So one point on our revenue curve will be here. Revenue curves always start at the origin of the graph. The other point we need to be able to draw the line can be found on this line. When they sell 600 meals, there is revenue of $14,400. So when they sell 600 meals, there is revenue of $14,400. Let's say that's there. So, around here, we have 2 points. That's all we need to draw a straight line. So let's connect those and label it revenue. Now we can draw the total cost line. When output is 0, total cost is $8,500. There. When output is 600 meals, the total costs are $13,300, which is around about here. So taking that across, it's there, and we can now draw the total cost curve, like that. This point here is the break-even point, because at this point, and at this number of sales, total costs equal revenue. Until that point, total costs were always higher than revenue, and so this showed loss. Beyond this number of meals, they're into profit area because the revenue is greater than the total cost. You have to read off from your accurately drawn graph how many meals that is. And in fact, you would find that it's 531.25. We must round that up, because you can't sell 0.25 of a meal. And if they only sell 531, it's not enough. So, in fact, we have to say 532 meals is the break-even number of meals for this restaurant. Now, there's a way you can check you've got the right answer, and that is using a formula called the calculation method of calculating the break-even number of sales. And it's a good idea to write this out even before you draw the break-even chart, certainly afterwards, to check that you've got your numbers correct. It's an easy equation to remember, and it's fixed costs divided by price minus variable cost. So let's write that in now. I'm going to make room for it here, and we can write the break-even number of sales is fixed cost divided by price minus variable cost. In our example, That's 8,500 fixed cost divided by 24 minus 8. And if you do that, it will come out to 531.25. Again, we must say 532 meals to break even. And if you want to calculate the profit that this restaurant makes in a typical week, it's the difference in their typical 600 meals week between total cost and total revenue. It's the difference between 13,300 and 14,400, and it's profit of $1,100 per week. I hope that made it easier for you.